incredible. To think that this was all rubble not so long ago. That it was. The reconstruction is progressing very rapidly indeed, and the population is growing day by day. And it just goes to show, people can achieve anything when they really work together. Teamwork can fail insurmountable obstacles. Looking back on the Battle of Sword Valley, well, it's a miracle I survived. It's 'cause you're Dunban. Because I'm a hero, you mean? I'm no hero. I'm not strong to be called that. Don't be silly, you're Dunban, the hero of the Huns. No one's stronger than you. Shulk, tell me something. What do you think of me when you talk about strength? Strength of the heart. Good answer, Shulk. I expect nothing less from you. The weak of the heart eventually lose all they have gained. The only problem is, I don't know how to get stronger in that sense. I can't exactly do exercises for it. You raise a valid point. It all depends on how firm your convictions are. If you have firm convictions, you are strong of heart. Dunban, do you have firm convictions? During my days as a soldier, I did anything I could to protect you all. So, I'd like to think so, I suppose. Then that means you're strong of heart. You said so yourself. So, you're a hero after all. Maybe. Maybe not. I guess that's not for me to say. Well, you'll always be a hero to me, Dunban. Remember, this is just my definition of strength. There must be countless other possible definitions out there. I bet everyone has their own. Either way, I'm glad you told me. It all makes sense to me somehow. True strength, it comes with willpower, right? No need to be thanking me. You figured that one out by yourself. In truth, choosing not to fight is the nobler path. That's something you realize already, isn't it? Anyway, I think it's time to head back. Good idea. Let's join the others. They'll be waiting. And waiting they shall be. Hey everyone, welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles. In the last episode, well, we did some good deeds for our friends, as well as our colony. Now though, it's time. We've waited long enough, and we put off as much as we could. This episode, it's time. We can't escape it, so let's take the fight to Xanza. Word of warning, this is not a point of no return. You can always come back, and you can always do things afterwards. But it's time. We're ready to fly into the Bionis. Shall we head there now? Let's do it.
It's the inside of the Bionis.
It looks quite different from when we entered via the marsh.
The Bionis is regaining its biological functions.
Must be because Xanza woke it up. Then we find Xanza and stop him.
Do that we shall. Welcome to the inside of the Bionis. We've actually been here before, to Shulk's credit. But this is a different time. However, before going on, you kind of want to go back, because there is actually a side quest where it activates when you're here. And you want to do it. Vinaya? What do you need?
Hello.
Is the replica coming to your satisfaction? There is something that I have not yet told you. There are 5 other prototypes in addition to the replica I gave you.
Really?
I can make them if you have the time and necessary materials. What do you think? Would you like me to make them?
These are multiple side quests, and you can take them on at any point. Luckily though, you only need one of every material.
Please take these 5 designs. They are prototypes and may be somewhat difficult to wield. They must be used correctly. But once mastered, they're truly formidable weapons indeed.
These are all the things you can get late game, and we will be going over them throughout the course of the game. These are very worth your time, but just not right now. You do have, of course, our books and shops here in case you need them. Just to give you a quick rundown of what they are. These are pretty much the same as what you had with Junks. But just to remind that you can always go back. And you even have a nice challenge area here. Weird for Zanza to have one, but hey ho.
Yeah.
Now, we're gonna be quiet. Let's listen to the redone and new version of the Bionis Interior. Well, I guess that didn't last long. Here we have a whole bunch of new enemy types, both familiar and yet not so familiar. Here we have cellulars. Couldn't tell the Bionis has reawakened, and yeah,
White blood cells attacking you.
pretty much as if we're a virus, as if we're the real problem in this world. As weird as it is to say, you should probably want to get these things, and it is worth your time to fight them, because not only do they give experience and also fodder for you to absolutely sell. However, the materials you need should be enough. You have to use some of these in order to help with Colony 6.
Yeah.
Meaning, somehow, Juju, while making the blueprints for Colony 6, knew that there were cells existing within the Bionis that would be useful for whatever plans he had. Meaning, Juju knew about the Bionis this whole time and decided to go along with the plan because he knew that this was going to happen and we'd go inside the Bionis to get these things. Juju has been in on this the whole time.
I need Bionis cells to build a building.
They want to talk about Dixon betraying us. They want to talk about Zan. They want to talk about Alvis and Laura Via. No, you forgot the fourth bastard in this bastardation of bastard bands. Goddamn Juju! He's the one who's been causing all this chaos. For what? For goddamn rainbow slugs in a new building. The bastard, I swear. But anyway, rant over because I wanted to get that out the way. Because Jesus Christ, look at this place.
This is only the start.
I have really loved this area in the original because it was bright, it was colourful, and yet just was really morbid. Thankfully though, it's maintained itself. Now, unfortunately, just like a lot of enemies, they can still detect you. The cells can hear you somehow, and of course you have the telephia. Apart from that, we'll go over their other attacks and their movesets when we have a decent amount of time and better off. However, the one thing that you should prioritize if you're focusing on defense is Aoife.
Let us hurry onwards.
But we mustn't be careless.
That's the last of the free flexible cellular cells. We better get them back to Colony 6. Why? How? Who bloody knows? But Juju knows they exist, so that means he knew it was gonna happen. The bastard. Anyway, though, there is ether deposits in here, and the jerkish game was like, hey, I'll put it in the direction in which it's facing you. You also got crystallized good luck, which is get a certain amount of rare gets from paper drops. But now, enough about that. Let's go even deeper.
You look well, Your Highness.
That voice. It's Lorithia. Show yourself.
Look at that. The heart of the Bionis. The pulsating life of Lord Zanza.
Quit your yapping and show yourself.
I await Your Highness here. There is something I wish to show you. Your friends are welcome to join you. That is, if they survive.
Lorithia, what are you planning?
Forget her for now. We must push on to the heart.
All right.
Look at this area. We've seen landscapes of grandeur regarding nature, mechanical. Now, Jesus Christ, biology.
Yeah.
This almost looks horror-esque in HD version.
Yeah.
And like I say, that heart, man, it's been improved immensely. In the original, this was one pulsating mass. Here, though, it looks a lot more veiny. Jesus Christ, just looks awesome.
I love all the cells floating around as well. They look emphasized as well.
Even as something as admittedly disgusting as this, it somehow looks beautiful. Then you realize, wow, the inside of us looks kind of like this.
Probably less green though.
Hopefully so. I really hope so. Anyway, though, enough about possible colors and what people may look like on the inside. Word of warning: the enemies ahead, pretty much for the most part, are going to not focus on, but have one gimmick in mind. If you couldn't tell, we are on a bunch of islands with no railings or anything else to help. But you know what I've just seen? And that's something I have to absolutely love immensely out of everything. Hopefully I can show it in due time. Because my god, I love it. Anyway though, if you look the bar, if you look at the bomb, just like the ether mine back on the our Bionis and Agnirifer on Macron's capital, we have an ether river, or ether pond, or ether reservoir, or whatever it is. If you fall, there's no going back. You pretty much die. I would say that if you were still in the original version. Here, though, it seems like they've given us ether spouts. So
They were there in the original too.
they were. My God, am I forgetting that so much? Oh well. Either way, though, these spouts are so few and far in between that you are most likely gonna die. They're here just in case you unfortunately fall off on your own accord. But yet, most of the enemies are gonna have a way to either overblock you or knock you off.
We found the 2 black liver beans for Colony 6. I can't wait to see the happy looks on everyone's faces.
Oh my god, are you serious? One of our very first collectibles in this place, and we get one of the rarest ones to ever get in this place.
Juju.
How does he know these things exist? Oh, my uncle who works at Nintendo also found out this in the school playground. Who knows a person who knows a person? Juju, is that something you want to happily tell us? Because I swear to freaking Christ.
I wonder if you could push him off.
I plan on doing that. Let's see you try this, sucker! No. 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 No.
Dunban, you better be careful there, mate.
Please, don't die. Can you please die? Anyway though, these enemies have pretty much bad gimmicks across the board. As well as have the chance to either knock you off intentionally or just by pure dumb luck. They also have various spikes. And let's just say, for example, you're just walking along and minding your own goddamn damn business. We've had playthroughs and attempts at this, in which we've walked by enemies, but because their hitbox is so big and so large, they've actually inadvertently knocked us off and killed us, and now we hate life.
Yeah.
Not only that, you've got topples, you've got sleeps, you've got spikes. This is very bad across the board. But as always, even if you get the common drops, they're worth your time. And also, this place is RFC, but deadly, and can kill you.
Yeah.
So, just be on guard, but pretty much just like RFC or the Splintered Path or anything else that's nature, every alcove is very worth your time, whether it's collectibles or whether it's something else. Trust me, there's always a reason to be happy, just like that duck.
And
Also,
there's no day or night's version of this song.
Nope. It's also one of the rare instances of that. But to be honest, could you really tell? I don't think Zanza. I don't think Zanza. Put up skylights in here. Now, this place is a maze. If you couldn't tell. Luckily though, in the Definitive Edition, you do have your markings, so I thought that showed you wish. But we are still gonna go around, admire the sights and sounds, and just go. Let's go on our merry way. However, there is a particular enemy which you want to look out for. This guy is on patrol throughout the entire platforms. That guy can blow you down and topple you. So he's not the biggest threat, but he is the most universal threat, and you need to keep your head on a swivel.
Those jelly cellulas look like ghosts in the air.
I mean, to be honest, based on how we know things go, for all we know, it could be spirits of our old dead friends.
I just love their wispy animations because it's fitting.
Well, speaking of dead, we reach the terminal vein, and also because it ends here. And of course, I enter your jewel. It's not just it's not just Homs in here now. Also, can't help I would go back to Dunban's morbid comment in the tomb. There's ancient spirits in here.
Mm-hmm.
Not really ancient spirits, but just ancient corpses.
Look at that.
Yep. I don't know if people who can get sick over digital blood, because you know how people have a sense of like, I'm gonna vomit if I see blood.
Yeah.
Would people vomit if they saw something like this if it looks too good?
I don't know.
Because my god. this looks very detailed, but it didn't really need to be. I'm not gonna complain. Just makes it look even better.
Yeah, because in the original it just looks like red water.
And seems like we have attracted the guy I said we should probably be careful of. Well, I guess let's get to it now. Darkos Telethia. Of course, it's goddamn Telethia, so let's be on your guard with Soul Reed. This is one of the reasons why I've got Melia and Shulk here on standby. Because if Shulk gets preoccupied, then it's going to be hard. Also, his model is very deceptive. You saw, I was pretty much at the side, but Slit Edge didn't kick in with its chance effect. The models here are very weird, but in some ways, it's not the biggest issue. It's not gonna work. I can't use another cyclone. Damn it.
I do like the Telethia's name, Dracos.
Yeah, Dracos.
Like a dragon.
I mean, let's face it. This is probably the closest we're ever gonna get to a dragon regarding his forces. And plus, it's fan to see.
None can oppose us.
You have not been that much of a threat, game. Please don't make me look like a fool. Oh, here we go. This is one of the attacks I was talking about. Bleed and blows you down. For me, the bleed is kind of needless. Do you really need to bleed when you have the potential to just knock him off outright? I don't think so. Got the Wing of Light, which sounds awesome in hindsight, but kind of awkward now.
Sounds like a Zelda thing.
Behold, you got the Wings of Light. Now you can take on Ganon. If only that was the case. Here though, nah, it's just a common drop from a fallen friend, unfortunately.
Oh, that guy.
Yep. Are you ready? Are you ready for unique monsters? Cause here we have someone who is just running away. Victorious Gross. It's pretty much like a nebula in which it has a strong physical resist. Thankfully though, it does not have the exploding effect like most nebulas do. But however, this guy does live in infamy for us on a personal level. During our Let's Play this game, we decided, you know what? Let's grind out a bunch of art blocks. You know, because high enemy. Oh Jesus! Remember how I said this guy has, or this place has all of the debuffs and all of the threats? That is a piercing attack which confuse you, and yep, you guessed it, you can just walk off on your own accord and you're gonna hate life. And this goes especially for your AI partners.
This is when Dunpan's Peerless would come in handy, but he'd have to have confusion resist to avoid getting confused himself.
Luckily though, we don't have much of a problem regarding that, and we can just continue to whack it if we can. There we go. Antibody, it's pretty much a buff. Well, you know what? Let's take that away because that's gross, dude. And let's take care of that immunization vibe because I don't like that. And let's daze a cell somehow. And just like Nebulas though, their hit points and weak spots are kind of awkward to track, as it were. But this is where shield is going to be a godsend because it stops you being blasted off and also stops you from being confused. And this is only the very first unique monster in which you're going to be running into. And are we going to get an art book from you? Of course we don't. Because why would we? What doesn't change? What doesn't change is just still sucks. Dude, I cannot say enough good things about this bloody place because it's awesome. It looks great. It's very creative, and this is where all of the challenges that you faced thus far come to pass. I'm just gonna get rid of this guy and go on a platform. Trust me, if you want to fight on these thin platforms, you pretty much have a good chances of kissing your shook ass goodbye. My only guess is that you put on speed. Oh boy. That's another attack. A killer sky. AoE. Topple. And if you get a bad combo, guess what you're gonna be doing? Picking yourself up and facing two at the same time. I wasn't kidding when I said that these things are on goddamn patrol. And I emphasize, this is as soon as we've entered the goddamn place.
Yeah. With all the enemies, and then amped up the difficulty and the narrow pathways, the Bionis Interior is not messing around. It's full of challenges.
No. It never holds back. Although to be fair, it would be kind of awkward if Zanza would be like, "Hello, oh dear, I'm pushover." And here is another jerkish thing. They can just chill on the platforms, and they can sometimes just not reveal their weak spot if you're in a position to fire to like show. But frankly though, it's not much. But thunder bullets can also be a good thing because they are. This any class has a flying enemy. And luckily we were okay.
I thought the Telethia was Melia flying off at first.
Nope, thank God for that. I mean, Jesus Christ, she hasn't gone yet, you know. I just healed Melia in time before she died, and we get exactly what we need. Well, except not really. We got stem cells, but not stem cells we need. Oh boy, you know what the biggest kicker is? This isn't even the biggest enemy we gotta deal with. We've seen attack sponges, I've seen flying enemies which can do a lot of damage and hinder you. How about all of them in one? Oh yeah, I recognize this bad boy. They're typical enemies now. A good staple of how to amp things up in a JRPG. Gygas Telethia. This guy pretty much encompasses everything. Hard-hitting attacks that hit multiple times, and he's pretty much a tank if you let him get away with it. And plus, just like I mentioned before, this guy has a big model, and we've had experiences in which tosses him out. And also, he has this. He buffs himself up and gives his HP up, as well as his talent art also goes up. And you notice, he doesn't do anything for him. So, I recommend just doing Purge and taking that away from him. Another thing for you, good sir. But also, one note, his name is Gygas, and yet he's in a pool of blood water. In some ways, this could be like a reference to Earthbound's boss. But I don't know. What do you think? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Jesus Christ, is this morbid.
Yeah.
But I think on that note, guys, I think we are gonna end things here. So, next time on Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, we head upwards, inwards, onwards. I don't know how you would class this. Either way, though, Zanza's closer, and Lorifea's closer. We started with a heart-to-heart. Well, we end with one.
Yeah.
Well, guys, if you like this episode, be sure to like it. If you don't like it, well then, you must be green on the inside. Get help. But if you want to subscribe to see more content like this, then be sure to subscribe. And we'll see you guys next time. Where who knows what we'll find next in this crazy inside world. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.